It's late in the evening. The rain is pouring down. And instead of being at home, cozied up in the comfort of your sofa, watching the last episode of The House of Dragon, your freaking boss has you following some random dude around the city. It's cold, it's dark, and your freaking socks are wet. That $100 extra for Gore-Tex protection against rain suddenly doesn't sound like a scam. But no time for whining. You need to keep your eyes on the guy. But as you are pushing through the crowd, every now and then, you get that weird feeling that someone is watching you. You look around, but there's nothing. The guy suddenly heads down into the metro. Shit, do not lose him. If you blow this one, you'll probably be following pigeons for the rest of your career. So you follow him down the stairs and the station is packed. People rushing home, trains coming and going. Then he stops. So you stop. Something is wrong. Jeez, what's that smell? And right before you blame it on Mary standing next to you, bloods! Bam, 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 bam! The whole place turns into a war zone. People screaming, ducking down, running. So you do the only logical thing in this chaotic moment. You hide and you try not to shit yourself. And right in the middle of it all, a body just drops down next to you. What the? It turns freaking blue and then it just dissolves into ashes. Oh my God, this is not a human. But then again, neither are you. And you're not the only one hunting. Remember that feeling from before? Oh yeah, you're being hunted too. So Underworld was one of my favorite movies when I was growing up. And you best believe that Kate Beckinsale, something like that, oh, she was my best. The darkness, the style, even the unrealistic shootout scenes that we do not question. Ooh, she was a true badass. You thought Xena, Buffy, or Britney Spears were the shit. You clearly haven't met Selene. And to me, if Selene could fight the bad guys in the underworld, I could finish my diploma. Vampires and Lycans, the werewolves, have been at war for centuries. Selene, a vampire death dealer herself, like a secret cool agent warrior, is after vengeance because her own family was taken by the Lycans. And she has sworn she will not rest until they're all taken out. The end is not far though. Lycans are almost extinct. That's why Craven, the current substitute leader of the Vampies, wants her to take a chill pill, okay? Enjoy the pleasures of this world. Biz, look around. We live in a mansion. We have servants. We have red and gold wallpapers. Come on, Selene. Have you not checked the Tony Robbins tapes I sent you? Work-life balance. Enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Pleasures? Pleasures? Well, on her last mission, hunting Lycans, she had the pleasure of chasing a Lycan deep into the underground tunnels when she heard the growling, the snarling, cheering of like hundreds of them, like a house party. But when she tries to share that with the rest of her community, everyone looks at her like she just said Buffy was an ally. You heard it? Wow, what's next? Women's intuition? This one, huh? Not only that, she managed to grab one of their weapons, and Lycans have found a way to harvest daylight as bullets. Instant elimination for a vampy. Selene is lucky Lycans haven't discovered ultraviolet flashlights. They could just pop open the light and vampies be gone. No, Craven can't argue with that one. It's a physical proof. Either way, Selene should be more focused on putting on a nice little black dress as his companion for the evening party. As if Selene is a warrior, and if no one believes her about the dangers lying ahead, fine. She'll get the proof herself. So she starts digging into that night. What were those Lycans actually doing down there? Who were they after? She pulls up the photos her now deceased agent partner collected that night. And it is clear that Lycans weren't just on some random hunt. They were following a specific person, a human. And sure, the way she figures this out, zooming into one blurry guy in a crowd of hundreds and immediately goes, that's him. Just go with it, okay? It's fine. The real question is, why are they after a human? Now, unlike the vampies who are living a lavish lifestyle with, eating grapes and shit, the Lycans live in hiding, deep underground, sewers, cold. If for vampies' mansion, the vibes are giving, for Lycans' home, the vibes are not giving. But you know what they say about the underdog. Once you hit that rock bottom, you become an entrepreneur. And Lycans have a little project they're working on, a little plan, a little startup, if you will. And running their research and development is Dr. Singe, the classic mad scientist vibe. Skinny, glasses, half-bald, creepy. He takes his syringe and draws a blood sample from a human hanging by their hands. Now, you might wonder if he's only taking a sample of the blood, like why the whole hanging like a livestock situation? Again, it's for the vibes, okay? Dr. Singe is deep into his research. He has tested many of them, many of the alleged Corvinus descendants. But yet again, negative. As any mad scientist, he also has an investor, the leader of the Lycans, who is becoming more and more impatient, trying to find the right human. And when Ray's, his right hand, yet again misses the target.
We were ambushed. Please don't fire me. And I'm allergic to pigeons, by the way.
I hope the sound is enough.
To show my appreciation for the actor's voice acting, I had to hire an actor myself. The Lycan leader and investor, let's call him the Big L. Wait, no. The Big Wolf has no other choice but to find their supply on his own. So who is the human everyone is losing their shit over? His name is Michael. He's a nerd, so, good by default. That's all we need to know at this point. And he is clueless that everyone is after him. Selene, Lycans, or the two cops that were just questioning his work colleague about the recent shootout in the subway that he was a part of. But wait, are they even real cops? Who will get to him first? He's coming home from work. Long day behind him. He just wants to lay down and decompress. But what the? His apartment door is open? Something feels off. Bam! Selene got to him first. She lifts him up by his neck. But not so fast. Selene, here come the Lycans. The ceiling is crashing as the woofies surround the place, trying to get to Michael. She drops him down and opens fire on the creature now coming after her. Michael takes the opportunities to sneak past Selene and bolts for the elevator. I know the stairs can be scary, but elevator. He's now in a time crunch because the freaking elevator door won't close. He's pushing the button. Come on, come on, come on. Selene made her way through Lycans and now she is running after Michael, but too late. This time, the elevator door did not betray an innocent victim. No time to dwell. Selene is in a bigger pickle now, okay? She turns around and Lycans are coming after her from the ceiling, from the right wall, the left wall. There is only one thing to do. Only one thing she can count on. The construction industry's tendency to cut corners. So she points her guns at the floor and it is time to spice the action with some ballet. She starts spinning, shooting down or firing down in a perfect circle until the floor collapses. Cheap as built, she knew it. And yes, she also somehow missed the stairs that are usually right next to the elevator. It's the adrenaline, okay? It makes you do crazy things. Just ask Bella Swan. She jumped off a cliff. Michael is now preparing for landing. He might have escaped the floor above, but what is waiting on this one? It's the big woof. Surprise! But not so fast, woofy. Here comes Selene from the side. I guess she did take stairs at some point. She is somehow 100 meters away and opens fire on him. 1 shot, 2 shots, but not enough. The big wolf launches at Michael. It is time to feed. He sinks his teeth into Michael's shoulder, and then he is taken by the sweet taste of the blood of the special nurse. But not so fast. Here comes Selene, and she grabs the big wolf's foot, dragging off Michael. And what happens next?
You're very animated.
Oh my God, I was just in. Selene now takes Michael finally down the stairs and into safety. The big wolf lays there, mouth full of blood. He's looking pretty stuffed, okay? He stands up and without touching a single silver bullet Selene shot at him, he wills the silver bullets out of his own body. Well, I struggle to not hit the snooze button in the morning. It's humbling. Selene and Michael are in her car now. They drive off. They've escaped the big wolf. Or did they? Here comes the big wolf again with his super fast speed. He catches up to them, jumps on the roof of the car. He brings out his cool gadget sword from his sleeve and he stabs through the car. But shoot, he aimed at the middle. With all that sweet blood, he'd been a little confused. He stabs again. Oops, the middle again. He forgot how cars are made, you know. There's usually nothing in the middle. He needs to focus. The third time is a charm. Bingo! He stabs Selene right through her shoulder. Honestly, there's a lot of shoulder action in this movie. Selene now slams the brakes, making the big wolf fly over, does a full slow motion flip in the air, and he lands on his feet like it's nothing. And yes, my ankles be swelling just from looking at this. He stands up, looks after Selene and Michael, who are now driving off. And you know what? No need to run after them. He already got what he came for. You see, he wasn't drinking Michael's blood. He was collecting it. I've got it, bitches. Dr. Singe is excited. Will this be it? He takes Michael's blood, mixes it in the thingy. Will the research finally come to an end? The result is positive. Back in the car, Selene is bleeding badly, and Michael, being a nurse, tells her to pull over. She is clearly going to bleed out. Bleed out. She is a powerful, immortal vampy. Thank you very much. She pulls a gun on him and faints. Again, we do not ask questions. We appreciate the story. The car goes straight off the port and into the water. Now it's Michael's turn to save Selene, the powerful, immortal girlie. Of course it is. There has to be balance, okay? She already got the role of a woman more powerful than a man. So, let's calm down. He manages to swim up, drag her to the shore, and luckily he is a professional. But wait, for a second he stops. He feels pain on his own head. He touches it and it's blood. But no time to dwell. He needs to make sure Selene doesn't bleed out. That's why he proceeds to wrap her open wound with blood on his fingers. And now I do have questions, okay? My man, what do you mean? You're in the industry and you just use your bloody fingers to tend an open wound? Then again, being chased and bitten by a man, his professional instincts clearly left the chat. Selene wakes up, she checks her wound and it's already healed? How? And now we get it. Luckily, Michael violated the health code. Maybe he is the health code himself. She looks next to her and there lies Michael, unconscious. So she decides to take him back to the vamp's mansion, where he wakes up and they finally have a peaceful conversation. She asks him why the Lycans are after him, but he has no idea. And whoop, here comes Erica, sent by Craven to fetch Selene. Oh, it's true, your new pet. Will you turn him? Selene is not gonna turn Michael. He saved her life, okay? Erica, stop being weird. Now she needs to go to Craven, who is losing it over the fact that Selene brought a human back to their house. Have you lost your mind? This is exactly how he speaks. And this is where you learn that vampires do not like humans and do not want to interact with us, like at all. It's almost like, human, yuck, which hurtful. Like, we praise you guys. And the fact that Selene brought Michael is weird. But wait, Craven can't believe it. You are in love with him? No, she's not in love with him. It's ridiculous. They've just met. Let's calm down, okay? They haven't even reached the 36 questions to fall in love part. In the other room, Erica is a little curious. It's been some time since she's seen one up close. And for some mysterious, mystical reason, she wants to check his shoulder. And there it is. Lycan's bite. She freaks out and she jumps up the ceiling. Now this wakes up Michael, who is now looking at a freaking woman hanging upside down from the ceiling, hissing at him. Talk about first impressions. Michael is not about to stay and wait where this little adventure will take him now. So he jumps through the window, ankles intact, and he makes a run for it. Now, while Michael's busy escaping the vampire's Airbnb, Craven and Selene storm in to find the human gone. And Craven is now even more furious. He slowly walks towards Selene, ready to scold her again. But you know what? There's no point. So he slaps the bitch. Oh, this is how it be done? Selene might not manage to slap the D back, but there's another power waiting. Intellect. To the library. She goes full detective mode. Sherlock Fangs is in the building. She starts digging through centuries-old dusty books, trying to figure out what's actually going on. Until there it is. Lucian, Lycan leader. But shoot, the page is half ripped off, conveniently missing his face. Well played. There's also a piece of Lucian's branded skin from his shoulder, which Craven brought back centuries ago as proof he had killed Lucian, which made him a hero and earned him the position of a substitute leader while, the elders are sleeping. We also learned that there are 3 elders, Amelia, Victor, and Marcus. And they reign over vampires, but like in turn, right? Each century, one gets to boss around. And when you look closer at Lucian's branded, cutout of the skin, like we got him, it seems that it is letter V, Victor's brand. Interesting. Very interesting. But wait, what's that? Selene can't believe it. The necklace around Lucian's neck? It can't be. But it is. It's the exact same necklace she saw on the big woofie who was after Michael. OMG. Lucian is alive? Which means Craven didn't kill him. Wait, is Craven in cahoots with Lucian? Yes, biz. Craven and Lucian are collaborators. And right now, things are not looking peachy for the vampy, okay? This whole hunting a random human sighting Lucian has is drawing way too much attention. You were supposed to lay low. It was going perfect, okay? They faked Lucian's death centuries ago so Craven could climb the corporate ladder, and now Lucian's off doing whatever the hell he wants? Like, my man, how can you do me like that, okay? Calm yourself before I bitch slap you. The human doesn't concern Craven. Great, just great. You conspire with one person to F up the other one, and you can't even trust a D to not go and have another freaking plan behind your back? Like, what happened with street code? Michael has managed to escape, but this, he is having the worst Tuesday of his life. He's been bitten, chased by a gang, and he saw a vampire. He had to jump from a window, and it's only, 7 in the evening? He is losing it, and he turns to the one person that can help him in this time of need. The Prison Break guy, this time with hair. You don't know him? Ask your parents. Now the problem is, hearing Michael being all like, a man bit me, sounds a little cray-cray, okay? Are you sure it wasn't a dog? A dog. Yup, a dog is gonna jump on a guy's shoulder and leave behind 2 marks. Like, at this point, the interview with the vampire was out. What do you mean it doesn't cross your mind that it is a real vampire? Like, if I ever meet someone that's saying a man bit me in my shoulder and now I'm hallucinating, I would ask no further questions and buy garlic. I said it was a man. The Prison Break guy excuses himself. He's just gonna check something, okay? But Biz, you already know it. He is getting the 2 cops that were looking for Mikey this whole time. And I guess they were waiting in the waiting room because, 5 seconds later, they're there. Not suspicious at all. But if the cops thought they've got Michael, guess again, he already knew he is not believed, okay? People watch too many rom-coms, and he manages to escape through a little window the size of a cat door. How the hell did he fit? We don't know. And we don't ask. We appreciate the drama. Back to Selene, who has had it. Nobody in the house believes her. Craven's dirty, and he just bitch slapped her. Enough is enough. It's time to call Daddy. But it's about to go down. She sneaks into the chambers where the elders are sleeping, and she knows she shouldn't do it. She does not have the right skills. But desperate times call for desperate measures. The process is complete. She walks out and she comes across Craven, who is threatening to kick her out. But Biz, does Selene have a surprise for him? Let's see what Victor has to say about that. You woke up, Daddy? Craven now feels like he has been bitch slapped, okay? How the F is he gonna manage the whole Lucian isn't really that situation now when Daddy is involved? At the same time, Michael is at the gate screaming for Selene. He doesn't know what's happening to him. But not to worry, she'll explain. They drive off and it is time to catch up Michael on his life changes. But first, she needs to check if it's true. Erika said she saw bites on Michael. She pulls back his shirt and sees the Lycans bite marks. Damn, there goes the wedding. She explains the history between Lycans and vampires, or at least that they are at war. And well, Michael has been bitten by a wolfie. Not optimal. But she's also a little surprised. Most humans die within an hour of being bitten by an immortal. You don't say. Michael, be special? Though, he wasn't special enough to freaking clean the wound. My man, you're a nurse for Christ's sake, okay? What do you mean this whole time you've been running around with, an open wound and not even disinfecting it? You know what? Back to school for you, young man. They reach an abandoned building, which turns out to be a vampire safe house, also known as an old Lycan torture chamber. The place is filled with surgery tools, chains, used bullets, and dried blood. But Michael doesn't worry about it, okay? He's one of the leads. Now, what do you think happens when two single, hot people are alone in an abandoned, creepy place? Pervert, they get vulnerable, okay? And Michael wants to know, why do you hate the wolfies so much? It's just a wild dog, and doggies be cute and shit. It's time for Selene to share her story. She was born human and lived a normal life until one night when Lycans broke into her home and slaughtered her entire family. But she was lucky. Victor got to her just in time. He was following Lycans for days, and when he saw her, he took her with him. And that night, he made me a vampy. So I said, "Thank you, Daddy," and she never looked back. Michael is touched by her story and is feeling for her. The room is filled with, who is the woman? Is she your wife? Whoa, Selene, let's calm down. I know the setting calls for a little cuddling, but let's calm down, you freaky girl. The woman in the picture Selene saw when she was, snooping around Michael's apartment is his wife, or was his wife. Oh yeah. Michael also has a tragic backstory to share. They were in a fateful car accident and his wife got the worst of it. And yet, she kept asking over and over again if he was all right. I couldn't look at her and say, "Sweetie, you're the one who's effed in this situation." And all this time, he hasn't found a way to forgive himself for not being able to save her. But how could he? He wasn't a nurse yet. So he is left with the guilt of surviving. Now, survivor's guilt is a thing, right? But also, why are we focusing on Michael being a good guy because he suffered the loss of his wife when the wife actually lost her life? And of course, she was a good one because she didn't even care she was dying. She was more focused on him. Like this. And look, I know we are in the vampies versus wolfies world, but at some point we need to stop with the imagination, okay? Anyways, the vulnerable bonding is complete, and they do not have time for more, because Selene needs to go back to talk to Daddy now that he is awake. But Michael is freaked out, okay? Like, the F is he gonna stay here alone? I want to go with you. Selene looks at the poor puppy. She steps closer and they kiss. No, Selene, like, he says the woman on the pic is gone and you're all like, okay, my turn. Like, girl. Wait, what? OMG. Selene kissed him so she can lock him there so he cannot follow. My bad. But I also like him. Michael needs to stay locked because the next day at midnight, when the full moon hits, he will turn into a werewolf. And she can't just have him running around playing catch up with innocent victims, okay? So, it's time for Selene to head back to the Vampy mansion and talk to Daddy. But damn it, someone else gets to her first. How could you do this to me? It's Craven. He got word that Selene is back and he needs to make sure she doesn't make things even worse. She already embarrassed him enough when he had plans for the two of them to rule together. There is no us. There is no us. Like, she has a say. Women. From now on, she's going to do exactly what he tells her to do. Is that clear? Bam! She gives him an uppercut. The F is this baboon gonna command her? a warrior. Iconic. She runs to Daddy's chambers and kneels before him. Victor is sitting in his chair. Tubes of blood continue to feed him as he is slowly regenerating. And Biz, he be looking scary. Like the actor Bill Nye something was giving. Come closer, my child. He wants to know why Selene believes Lucian still lives. And Selene be confused. Like, Daddy, I've fed you all of my memories. I saw him. She means the scrambled egg situation of her memories. There is a reason why an elder does an awakening, okay? You do not possess the necessary skills. The chain hasn't been broken in 14 centuries. One rules to asleep. It is Marcus's turn to reign, not his. I had no choice. The convent is in danger and Michael... Yes. The Lycan. Selene now begs her daddy, Victor, to let her bring the proof he needs, but he has other plans for her. First of all, he will send Craven to check if Lucian is still alive, which, yes, of course it's confusing. Like, what do you mean, Vicky? Craven himself might have tricked you about, the whole Lucian situation. But then you remember, okay, he is being fed blood through the tubes, okay? He has scrambled memories from an amateur waking him up, and he's trying to look a little more normal and a little less, the mummy has been found. And Selene has left him no choice when she has done the ultimate sin. You've been tainted by an animal. And second, she might be his daughter, but she will not get privileged treatment for all the F-ups she has caused. He is not about to be accused of nepotism, okay? Public opinion can destroy you faster than a flashlight. You must be judged. Goodbye. But Daddy, I said goodbye. Selene is now locked in her room and she is desperately trying to figure out how to make a run for it. She is lucky though, because in every love triangle, there is a party that is working overtime to get what she wants. Freaking Erica. Here's weapons and car keys. Go, escape. Selene is confused. Why is the blondie helping her when this whole time she did not act like a bestie? This one, huh? I'm helping May. Oh yeah, Erica overheard how, despite everything, Craven is still planning to make freaking Selene his queen, and Biz, the F is a pick-me going to be beaten by a cool girl, okay? So she cut the power, gave Selene just enough time to escape and some, tools. Selene now races back to Michael. He is in danger. But surprise, surprise, she is not the only one after him. Lycans are here to collect their supply. The startup just got greenlit, with the whole, his blood is positive, okay? They're standing in front of the door, ready to attack. But not if Selene has anything to say about it. She pulls out her gummies and she starts blasting wherever she can, just bam, 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 bam. No direction. It's just like, looks cool and just go, 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 go. Again, it looks cool, so we do not question. She tells Michael to jump through the window. It's the only way. And Michael is now a bit like, say what? Like, what do you mean jump from a 10-story building? Sure. And then you're gonna say, he did it himself. He's not gonna fall for this. Jump! Yes, mommy. He jumps, flies through the air, wondering why is he so easily commanded by a woman. She should have said no and stood firm. There are rules in who commands who, but now he's gonna die because a girlie said so? He lands. Like all cool, slow motion and shit. Just like Lycans or Vampies, no ankles were harmed. He can't believe it. We can't believe it. But then we do. Because, oh my God, Michael is turning into a Lycan. And we are all like, yeah. Ah, shoot. The suspicious cops get to him and they arrest him. Selene lost Michael again, like my girl. Some thinking before doing would do you well, okay? You can be a warrior and plan ahead. She turns back to face the Lycan standing in front of the door. And well, her little losing it stunt actually eliminated all of them. Well, all of them but one. Back at the Vampy's mansion, Victor has finally finished regenerating. He pulls a tube out, and another one, and another, until he can reveal himself in his truest form. Still a little palish and sick-looking, but that's for the vibes, okay? He summons Selene, and Craven is not excited to face Daddy now that Selene managed to skadoodle. You're incompetence is becoming most taxing. Oh my God, Daddy, it is not my fault, okay? It's Selene. She has become obsessed. And she thinks I'm at the core of some crazy conspiracy theory. You know how these kids be? Huh? You've seen the whole Bieber be a lizard nonsense. And here is my proof. OMG, it's our girl, Selene, and she is not playing. She storms into Victor's chamber, dragging her proof by the throat. Dr. Cinch, the mad scientist, he is all bruised, stitched up, and he is ready to sing. With a little encouragement. We've been searching for someone with a special trait. A descendant of Alexander Corvinus himself. Corvinus was a warlord from the 5th century who caught the plague, refused to die, and whose body just reprogrammed the disease and turned him into the first immortal. He had, I think, 3 sons, and they basically split the whole thing down the middle, okay? One was bitten by a bat, become the first Vampy. One bitten by a wolf, became the first Lycan. And one stayed human and boring. It's a myth. Oh, but is it? Michael is the last drop of that original, untouched human bloodline. And the recipe they've been cooking down in the sewers this entire time? Take Michael's pure blood, add the blood of a vampire elder, inject it into a Lycan, and you get a hybrid. Half vampire, half Lycan, but stronger than both. Abomination. And again, the performance that gave us Dr. Cinch chained to the floor, bleeding out and still finding the energy to give us a monologue like he's a freaking Shakespeare. Chef's kiss. Now, Victor is not worried because they might have the blood of the descendant of Alexander Corvinus, blah, 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 blah. But they do not have the blood of a vampire elder. Sir, Emilia has been attacked. So they do have the blood of an elder? Still okay, because Biss, Lucian ain't even alive, okay? According to whom? Victor now looks up at Craven, but shoot, he already skadoodled. It has already begun. Victor is pissed, so he bitch slaps Dr. Cinch so hard he caves his skull in with just one punch. Rude. He was just telling us all what the fuss was about Michael's blood. Like, damn, Vicky, you need to calm down. Selene, I'm sorry for not believing you. Now, go kill... I don't know what. Selene, I'm sorry for not believing you. Now go kill the descendant. Kill Michael. I'm trying my best here, okay? Selene is shooked. Like, what do you mean? I was saving his ass this whole time. Fell in love with him. And now she needs to eliminate him because Daddy said so? Love that for her. Meanwhile, the cops have brought Michael to Lucian. And to prevent him from turning into, a woofie and have him all lose his mind, go ending people, they give him a little chill pill. Now, at this point, we still don't know whose side are we on, okay? Except for, Selene and maybe Michael. Sure, he's special, but like, come on. We pick a vampy any time of the day. Am I right? Yeah, our species is doomed. Michael himself is a little freaked out being changed on a, vertical table. Because yes, vampies are scary, but this whole underground creepy torture room does not feel like a safe space. But this is where Michael is wrong. You see, wanting or not, he already belongs to a side. Michael, you're not a nurse anymore. You're a wolf. You're one of us. No! Wait, he knew that. And it is time for him to learn about the truth of how this war between vampies and woofies started in the first place. The Lycans weren't always monsters in a sewer. They used to be the daylight protectors of vampies, or in other words, slaves. Lucian himself belonged to Victor, and despite living like this, he never had any, bad feeling or resentment towards vampires. He even fell in love with one, and Sonia fell in love with him. But Victor wasn't having it. He made Lucian watch as Sonia was burned alive for loving him and carrying his child. Guess what? Victor be a psycho? Okay, honestly, we should have seen this coming. Abomination. These are the rules. This is how we survived. I'm not gonna lie though, okay? I did feel a little bamboozled. Like, what do you mean? Vampies are supposed to be just, misunderstood softies who need the right girl to fall for them and, fix them. Not freaking rhymes with Cassis. That's not a word. So Victor clearly has issues and he wasn't having the whole mixing of the two species. So he did what any cuckoo would do. He burned his own freaking pregnant daughter. Yes, Biz, Sonia was his flesh and blood and was not spared mixing with a Lycan. I was shooked. Michael was shooked. And soon, Selene will be shooked. With the pain Lucian felt, seeing his loved one tortured and ended like that, he broke from the chains, escaped, and 600 years of blood followed. The war between vampies and woofies. Michael finally realizes what all of the vision he's been having since Lucian bit him. It's like I've been there, witnessing it all. Now, I need to take us a little bit out of the story because there is no way we're not gonna give a special appreciation for the forbidden interracial love situation, okay? The metaphor was metaphoring. And this, no wonder I loved it. Like, this movie had some serious foreshadowing. Lucian manages to take some of Michael's blood and he injects himself with it. But he gets interrupted by no other than freaking Craven. The man is losing it because now effing Victor is awake and their entire cozy little plan has been exposed. Pussy, you thought you'd just take over with no sacrifices of your own? Privileged ass. Lucian, it's daddy. And from where Craven is looking, only one thing makes sense right now. Bam! Liquid nitrate. Didn't expect that one, have you, Woofy? No! Lucian is hit just when we start rooting for him. The man witnessed his true love and their baby being eliminated, and now freaking Craven gets to him. It's safe to say Craven just became an even more hated man. He makes a run for it because, you guessed it, here comes Selene with her army of death dealers, with Victor right behind her, okay? She needs to first check the area. Ray's, Lucian's second hand now finally returns to the Lycans HQ with Emilia's blood. But he is too late. Lucian is gone.
I am furious.
Now he be pissed and he has 0 Fs left. He goes after the vampies and manages to separate and attack one of the guys. And we get an epic metal whips that the vampy will use on the Lycan. Again, metaphor be metaphoring. The vampy whips one time. For Raze, it's like a little slap. Another time, Raze barely feels it until shoot, the whip gets stuck in a rock behind him. And it is Raze's turn to bite. Honestly, this whole scene did not make any sense because, you have the liquid nitride guns, which you could, easily use and end Raze. But we appreciate the creative decision of introducing the cool metal whips that have no power over the mighty underdog. While the chaos is going on, Michael is still trapped on the freaking vertical table. And this, a Lycan is approaching, but not so fast. Bam, bam, Selene is here. Woohoo! She unties Michael and he has a message for her. I know who started the war. On the other side, Raze has just finished off the vampy when here comes Vicky, the oldest and the strongest of them all. Psst. Let's see how strong you'll be against the mighty Raze, who has never been defeated, may I add. Yeah, Victor ends him in 2 seconds. But what's that? Lucian? Lucian is alive? Yes, Biz, he was just a little unconscious, okay? But remember, he injected himself with Michael's blood, and that be special. Now, he is dying, but again, the man has the willpower of a true entrepreneur. He will not let something like liquid silver end him. Not yet. And Biz, you know how Raze came with Emilia's blood? Well, he actually dropped it right there next to Lucian. You already know where this is going. Must crawl away. Lucian, it's right there. It's right there. Must crawl. Lucian, the freaking blood is right there. He crawled away. Selene and Michael are kissing and they are not aware they are being watched. It's Lucian. Lucian, my man, you be a bit creepy, okay? Oh, my bad. But how could he not? Another vampy and Lycan fell in love? Another daughter of Victor? Enough smooching. Selene and Michael need to make a run for it. Vicky is coming. They come across the door and quick, open. F me. It is Craven, and he is not happy seeing his self-decided queen being with a freaking human turned Lycan. Bam, bam, bam! He shoots Michael with the same liquid silver, and the nurse, recently turned wolf, drops down. He grabs Selene, still trying to reason with his self-decided true love, but Selene is not budging. I hope daddy chokes the life out of you. Her daddy, Victor. How stupid can Selene be? Newsflash, Princess Victor is the bad guy. It wasn't Lycans who killed your family. It was Daddy. You see, Victor could never follow his own rules. Feeding on livestock just got a bit tasteless. So every now and then he'd take a trip, find some unsuspecting family and have a cheat day. And I had to clean the mess behind. But when he came across Selene, she reminded him so much of his precious daughter Sonia. He decided to take her and turn her and make her believe it was Lycans who took her family. Selene is shooked. What is Craven talking about? But Biss, Michael is also dying and she doesn't have the time to process, okay? Multitasking is a myth. Now Craven, sick of Selene's focus on Michael, pulls out his gummy. If she won't be his, she won't be anyone's. Surprise, bitch! Oh my god, it is Lucian. He finally managed to crawl closer, and he uses his super cool blade in the sleeve to stab Craven in his leg. Craven is compromised, so he limps to the side to take a little bit of a rest. Okay, Michael is still dying, and Lucian finally offers the solution for Selene to save him. Save Michael. Bite him. Selene is confused. He will die if he gets double bitten, by Vampy and a Lycan. But then she remembers the words of Dr. Cinch. Half Lycan, half vampire, but stronger than both. It is time to get a little freaky with her new lover. She bites. In the meantime, Craven had enough of resting on the side, so he pulls out the blade from the leg, takes the gummy, and eliminates Lucian once and for all. But Lucian only smiles. You may have killed me, cousin, but my will is done. He's gone. Selene is still going, biting Michael. But also, it's the first time she tastes human blood. So, how controlled are you when you eat chips? Exactly. But out of nowhere, Victor grabs her, pulls her away from Michael, and throws her across the room. He now turns to Michael and, Biz, you already know this is not gonna end well. Like, Vicky here can snap Michael's head in a second. But he decides to throw him through a brick wall rather than, eliminate him right there and then. Again, we do not ask questions. We appreciate the story. He now focuses back on Selene. Sorry, Pumpkin, for throwing you. It was for your own good. But the way Selene is looking back at him, something is not right. It wasn't the Lycans. It was you. Damn it. It's time to come clean. Yes, I have taken from you. But I gave you an immortal life. What about some, gratitude? He knew he should have spanked her more as a kid. Selene wants to know, what about his daughter, his own flesh and blood? Victor loved his daughter, but the thing that was growing in her womb was a betrayal of him and the covenant. He did what was necessary to protect the species, as I am forced to do yet again. He pulls out his sword and he is ready to end Michael. But wait, where is he? He was supposed to wait for him in the water where he threw him. Well, surprise, surprise, Vicky. That's what you get when you get a little cocky, because while you were having a little heart-to-heart with your daughter, Michael had just enough time to turn into the hybrid, half Lycan, half vampire, but more powerful than both, looking all cool and shit. Peekaboo! Michael pushes Victor and the powerful elder falls into the water below. He quickly stands up, but again, Michael is nowhere. He turns around. Peekaboo! They're now throwing punches. Who is more powerful, hybrid or the vampire ancestor? Michael slams Victor onto the wall. Victor does a little dance, go around with Michael, throws him on the other side. He pulls out his sword, and just as he thinks he's got Michael vanishes again. Peekaboo! But this time, Victor has had it. He slams Michael down and gets him into a chokehold. It is time to put an end to the peekaboo. Michael can't get out of his grip, and Selene can't believe what's happening. But then she sees Victor's sword lying on the side. She grabs it, and one jump slash flies over Victor, landing on the other side. All very cool. Victor can't believe this little brat. He stands up, he lets go of Michael, and now he's going after Selene. Just that. Wait. Is he compromised? His head splits into two. Selene didn't miss. Yes, Biz, her and Michael survived and defeated Victor. Next to Amelia, this is the second elder of the three that got eliminated. But Biz, remember Dr. Sinch, whose skull Victor turned into a grape? He was left lying in the pool of his own blood, feeding Marcus. The third elder is awake.